What's up, everybody? I'm going to be doing a graphic novel review of two Red Sonja books. The first one will be Red Sonja versus Thulsa Doom, and the other will be Red Sonja, Queen of the Frozen Wastes, which is the one here in the back. So really quickly, I do want to say that the reason I'm doing these videos of Red Sonja is because I was just on YouTube the other week and I realized that there's not a lot of videos about Red Sonja. I saw some videos of cosplaying and like like reviews of some of her merchandise, like action figures and things like that, but not a lot of reviews about her comic books and graphic novels. So me being somewhat of a Red Sonja fan, I decided that I was gonna do this. I was gonna make a video showing off some of her graphic novels. And yeah, so I'm gonna start with this one right here, Red Sonja versus Thulsa Doom. I'll start off by saying that I highly recommend it. I do hope that this video serves as an inspiration for some of you who are curious about Red Sonja, to actually go and check her out and pick up some of her books and comic books, uh, because they're really fun to read. They're very different than your typical superhero comic books, and I do recommend um, checking her out. And I'm gonna start by telling you a little bit about this book in particular. So, Red Sonja. I'll try to keep it spoiler free, but I will have some minor spoilers just because it's kind of hard to talk about the book without giving away some stuff. But I'll try not to spoil too much of it, especially not the main parts of the story. But anyways, um, this story starts off with Red Sonja. She comes back to her home and she realizes that it's under attack. It's under attack, so immediately Red Sonja, being Red Sonja, she dives right into the battle, trying to save her city from the people who are attacking it. But she's forced to flee. She's not really able to do much about it. She's just really overwhelmed, and she flees. Um, she finds out that a guy named Doom is responsible for the attack on her city, and she meets this other guy named Thulsa. Of course, at this point of the story, she doesn't know who Thulsa Doom is. She's just now finding out about this guy, and she meets this guy named Thulsa, who is basically Doom, right? Of course, it's Doom, but he's undercover. He's pretending to be a slave, and he's pretending to be a slave that's helping Red Sonja to reconquer her city. But really, it's Doom trying to infiltrate her city so he can get his hands on a weapon that is being hidden in one of the mines in the city where Sonia is from. So that's I don't want to say too much more besides that because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, basically the story is about Red Sonja. She's trying to retake her city. She allied herself with this guy named Thulsa. Let me show you guys who that guy is really quickly. Um, Let me look for a picture. It's this guy right here. Um, Okay, I just passed like so many pictures, but I'm looking for a better one. This guy right here. Right there. It says, I am Thulsa. Right here. And anyways, yeah, he's pretending to be a slave and he's pretending to help Red Sonja, but he's really doomed trying to get into the city so he can get his hands on this powerful item that's gonna help him become a god. So like I said, I don't want to say too much more about it, but basically they go on an adventure. Brett Sonia meets the prince of the city, because apparently she had never met him before, even though that's where she's from. But she helps the prince kind of reclaim um, the city that he is supposed to be. ruling over. Um, so yeah, I definitely really like this story. It progresses really well. It's really fun to read. The dialogue is great. Everything is really good about it. I do like the art as well. It's very action packed, very dramatic. A lot of good stuff happens in this graphic novel. So I highly recommend it. It's four issues in here, by the way. It's issues 1 through 4, of course, of Red Sonja versus Thulsa Doom. Um, Really great story, very fun to read, very easy to read, not confusing. It's very straightforward. Um, yeah, highly recommend it. If you see this book, if you want to read a Red Sonja book, I do recommend you pick up Red Sonja versus Thulsa Doom. Alrighty. So this is the second book right here. It's called Red Sonja, Queen of the Frozen Wastes, as I already mentioned. And like the title says, it's about the Queen of the Frozen Wastes. And so this book is a lot simpler to read. Um, the story is very simple. It's less wordy than the one that I did previously. Um, but you know that's not really a bad thing. I really enjoyed this book. The art is really cool. Um, and so a little bit about the book. The book it starts off with Red Sonja being in this battle. She's in a battle um, with this well with a few guys. Look at this picture here though. This looks awesome. Love it. But anyways, she's in a battle with these people, and at one point she gets knocked unconscious, and when she wakes up in a cavern. She wakes up in a cavern, and it's like full of slaves and dead bodies, and very pessimistic people who are telling her that she's stuck and that there's no way out of this place and that it's ruled by a queen, right? And the queen is this chick right here. That is her. Um, and basically, the queen explains to her, she kind of gives Sonia a story about how she's ruled that cavern for like many, many years, and she's had a bunch of slaves, and now she's interested in Red Sonja. She wants Red Sonja to be um, her slave because, well, she says she's never met somebody like Red Sonja. She's never met somebody of her race. Um, so she wants her to be part of her slave community. But of course, Red Sonja, being Red Sonja, does not agree to that. She is very rebellious. Um, she resists all of her advances, the queen's advances, and um, through her rebellion, she kind of inspires the other slaves to kind of stand up for themselves, you know, because these slaves are like very, like I said earlier, pessimistic. They kind of just go with the flow of everything. They obey the queen, and they don't really do anything to try and escape. But Red Sonja doesn't, right? She immediately resists everybody and, you know, starts fighting with everybody. And so the other slaves, they get inspired. The other slaves get inspired. They're like, well, you know, um, maybe we can fight back, you know? And so, let's see. I don't want to give away too much, of course, but the queen kind of tries to set up Red Sonja. She tries to turn the slaves against Red Sonja because they were kind of like sticking up for her. And I don't want to really spoil the ending, but um, um, I don't know if you guys saw the ending, but anyways, yeah, Red Sonja tries to find a way out. Of course, she doesn't die, right? This is Red Sonja we're talking about. She does find a way out. That should be obvious from the beginning. But I don't want to say how because that would be giving it away, and I don't want to say what happens to this missus right here. You'll have to read the book to find out um, how it all goes down. So yeah, it's like I said, a very simple book. The story is not complicated at all. Um, and I do recommend it though. The price on it is $14.99, and this one here is also $14.99. And to be honest, I don't know which one I'd recommend more. Probably this one. Probably Red Sonja versus Thulsa Doom, just because it's more the story is a lot more in depth. There's a lot more to read in here, and there's more characters, and I think it's probably just a little bit more well written. Whereas this one is it's very simple. The story it's just not complicated. Um, but like I said, I despite that I do like it. The art is really really cool, and I do recommend both of them. I don't have anything against either of these books. If you see either of these books, I do recommend you check them out, buy it. Um, yeah, you can't go wrong with either of them. So that's gonna be it for these two books. I'm looking forward to doing another video showing off other Red Sonja graphic novels. So hopefully I do that soon. And thank you guys for watching my video.